Last week, we couldn't bring you our review of Kill Dil because Yash Raj doesn't show reviewers films in advance. So here goes with Kill Dil.
Kill Dil is a bromance about two best friends played by Ranveer Singh and Ali Zafar who are guns on hire. Govinda plays their boss and mentor. At some point, the hitman played by Ranveer falls in love with Pariniti Chopra's character. This makes him change his ways or at least rethink his profession. He gives up the gun, his partner covers up for him. Eventually, you know, the boss will find out.
Mayank, please correct me if I'm wrong, but did we not just see this film a few weeks ago? It was called Desi Katte. And it is about a bromance between two destitute kids who have been raised by one Bhaiyaji from the Badlands of UP. They decide to become notorious shooters. One of them meets a rich girl way above his station in life, decides to reform, realizes it's not working out, and then things fall apart with Bhaiyaji wanting to take revenge. This is the identical story of a film that you and I discussed was possibly the most excruciating film that we had watched in our lives.
This year, yes.
Precisely. Then Yash Raj themselves made another film called Gunde, which again was staggeringly deja vu. What is going on? Every couple of weeks, are we being subjected to the same story? Shaad Ali has taken 7 years to make his comeback vehicle. Is this the mark of a comeback vehicle?
Well, you know, I think it would be absolutely unfair to judge Kill Dil on the basis of its plot unless you believe that a hitman who then joins an insurance agency founded by Nirupa Roy as much of a storyline.
And Alok Nath who recruits him.
But you know, I think this is essentially a huge Technicolor dream. It's overindulgent. It's supposed to be as a genre in itself. And purely as a film, what I really felt was at some point or the other, something as over the top as this would fall flat on its face. I was happy to note that at least for me as a viewer, it did not. Well, this is a hardcore, campy, masala flick. Oh my God moments is really what this entire film is made of. So it's not surprising that you can't take one particular moment from this film and say, hey, I looked at that and said, oh my God. But to be very honest with you, given that I am not the immediate audience for a film like this, for a film as over the top as this, I was just stunned by the performance of Ranveer Singh. And I have to let you know one thing, Fahad, that I've never been stunned by Ranveer Singh's performance for various reasons. One, of course, Lutera was an easy one to do, purely because so much is already written before you actually enter the set. But here's a film which is purely comical, you know, in terms of its performance. It's very hard to pull off. You can tell how hard it is when you see how Ranveer pairs up with someone like Ali Zafar. In fact, I felt very sorry for Ali Zafar because you know this guy is really good when he is that high pitched. He may well be like that in real life, and I was really stunned that I liked the film, and I thought to myself why, and I could only think of one very good reason, and that was my moment beside the fact that I liked the movie is Ranveer Singh.
Well, I completely agree with you. I mean, this man has to be saluted. He is a fearless actor. The fact that he must have greenlit this film because he has worked with Shaad as his assistant, maybe it's payback time, and the fact that he said, I'm on board, he's today somebody who can open a film at the box office.
Or maybe not, you know, it's been a week now.
It's been a rather weak week, if you know what I mean. But my heart went out to poor Pariniti Chopra because she doesn't have the body type to be able to pull off, you know, with the flabby arms, the slightly paunchy, you know, midriff. This is not something, and unfortunately, she's been styled in a way where it just accentuates these things. She's a woman who, and we must celebrate women of all shapes and sizes, and it's terrific that people like Vidya Balan and Pariniti are, you know, today flying the flag for women in cinema. It doesn't matter that they don't adhere to size 0. But you can't take these things and then inflict it on a 70mm screen at your audience and expect them to be comfortable about it.
Well, this movie is really a massive dream sequence according to me, and it's not the first time that Shaad Ali as a director has tried to pull something like this off. There was Bunty or Bubbly, but I don't think this movie is as entertaining, but I think it's just about as engaging. So from my end, so far as I'm concerned, I know a lot of people will disagree. This is a theatre mein dekho.
I really can't recommend it for a theatre mein dekho. Watch it at your leisure, or maybe even not, because, you know, God knows you've seen this kind of film several times before.
Well, that was Friday Double Bill. That's what we thought of the movies. You tell us what you think of our show.